Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new, hello and welcome. My name is Justine. I live on the west coast of Canada and I film videos a couple of times a week on beauty, lifestyle, a little bit of travel, a lot of subscription boxes, and I'm in my mid-40s. So if that's something that interests you from my perspective and a Canadian perspective, then please hit the subscribe button and don't forget the notification bell so you stay up to date with all my latest videos. Now today I'm super excited to share with you the new Stars in Your Eyes palette by Charlotte Tilbury. Now this is just the box, and even the box I'm impressed with. I don't know if you can see on camera, it's like that sparkly cardboard. Anyway, I don't get too excited about cardboard boxes, but this one was quite nice, so I actually felt I had to show it to you. So I will let you know, last year I did also buy her holiday palette, which was a similar palette to this one, but it was in the traditional gold packaging, kind of like her bronze and gold glow palette. It came like this. I no longer own that palette because I hated it. I was extremely disappointed. The quality just wasn't there. The colors were patchy or not pigmented. I found that some of the colors weren't really wearable. There was one, it was I think disco, and it was very patchy. There was a gray and I think a black. I can't totally remember. I'll try and insert a photo if I can find one online. So anyway, I was very disappointed in that palette, but it didn't deter me from buying another one this year and giving it another go. I actually ordered it at the pre-sale to make sure I definitely got one, and I checked today, and today is the 25th of September, I believe. I'm hoping to post this today as well. And it is available on the Nordstrom website, and it's still on the Charlotte Tilbury website. But I do know it's limited edition. It's a holiday palette, and once it sells out, it sells out. So without further ado, here she is. So this is different packaging than Charlotte's traditional products. This one actually has I don't know if you can see that. It's got glitter in the actual plastic. It's not rough, it's smooth plastic, but it's got sparkle in the plastic, which I thought was really unique. And same as last year's palette, it has 3 shadows per look. So there is 4 looks in here. And Charlotte follows a kind of a signature look where she does a prime, a enhance, a smoke, and usually she does a pop in her quads, but in this particular palette she just does the 3, the prime, enhance, and the smoke. Now some of these trios I'm a little perplexed. In particular this one here, if you're doing a prime all over your eyes with this kind of plummy pink color, for me personally, it's a little out of my comfort zone, but I think a lot of people have been mixing and matching. I've been looking online at a lot of reviews, and everybody seems so far to be mixing around all the colors. But I think I am going to, my first initial try of the palette, I'm going to do each one of her looks. Today I am wearing her first one, and that is the Love look. And that was the colors that I was most intrigued by. That's kind of my kind of colors. I love peachy, brown, neutral, plain, simple. That's kind of the looks that I go for. And I found it very similar to the Pillow Talk. I'm actually going to insert some swatches of both so you can kind of see the difference, because I also own that one. They look similar from afar, but when you look at them next to each other, they are a little bit different, but you could get away with a similar look end result anyways. So if you're interested in watching, I will be doing this look today, and I think I'm going to push myself out of my comfort zone, and every day that I use this, I'm going to try a different one of the trios, and I will share those with you. If you are like me and some of these shades are a little bit out of your comfort zone and you've never worked with them before, then I'm going to show you how I use them and see how comfortable or uncomfortable I get wearing them. So as I mentioned, I've started off with this one, and I have done some swatches, and I'll insert a photo for you so you can actually see what they look like. There are a couple that were a little bit patchy. especially this one, it's kind of a plummy brown color, mahogany, and I found that one very difficult to swatch. So we'll see how it works on the eyes. I also found this one, it is the Power Eyes, and all three colors were very, very pale, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get a full look out of it, but we're gonna try that one possibly tomorrow and see how that works out. So far I found this far superior to last year's palette. As I mentioned, some of the colors are so creamy and beautiful. Today I had zero problems working with these colors. They blended themselves out, so very easy for a novice makeup person like myself who isn't a proper makeup artist. I found it very simple, and I do enjoy that she has a signature look, how to use them, so it's all kind of mapped out, which I really enjoy. It's a nice sleek package. I think it would be great for travel because you could get so many different looks, and as I mentioned, so many other YouTubers that I've watched have been mixing and matching all the colors, but I'm going to follow the rules and I'm going to do it exactly how she says, and then later on of course I'll mess around with it, but for now I'm going to do it exactly like she says. So if you're interested in seeing how I did the love look, then just keep watching. Before we jump into the look, I just thought maybe I would just do quick swatches of the trios on my hand. I am also, as I mentioned, I will insert a full swatch of the entire palette next to the colors. But I thought maybe we'd just do a quick one of each. So I'm first going to do the Love Eyes. And as I mentioned, that one is already on my eyes. These are super, super soft and creamy. Just gorgeous. I love that peachy, shimmery one in the middle. I know I'm going to use that color a lot. And then next I'm going to use the Power Eyes. And as I mentioned, when I swatched this yesterday when I first got it, I did find them very, very pale, and I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna do a look with just these three colors, but that's the whole fun in it. It's just practicing and playing with the makeup. So that one is the Power Eyes. So it has that gorgeous coppery color. So so far I'm super impressed with this palette and the colors. I was very intimidated online by this next one, the Happy Eyes. The colors are a little dark for me and a little more intense than I normally wear, but let's try it out. So this is the Prime color. So that's the one I'm a little unsure how I'm gonna do, priming my whole eyes with such a deep shade. That is the Enhance. And this is the Smoke, and this is the color I told you was a little bit patchy. So we'll see how it works on the eyes. Again, that is Happy Eyes. And last but not least is the Confident Eyes. Now I don't know if I'm going to be that confident wearing these. They're quite deep purpley plum colors, but we'll see. So this is the Prime color. This is the Enhance, and this is the Smoke. And this one too was also quite patchy. I've heard that purples tend to be a difficult color for makeup companies. So there we go. So we'll be trying that one as well. So, but for today, I'm just gonna do Love Eyes. So let's get started on that. Okay, so we're nice and zoomed up close. I did my face makeup because you guys have seen me do that a million times, and I think you're only interested in seeing the eye palette. So I am going to start today with the piece that I was most excited about, which is the Love Eyes. So I'm gonna do it exactly like what she says. I'm going to prime my eyes with this light bone color, and then I am going to enhance my eyes with this kind of peachy color, and then smoke it out with this, it's kind of like almost like the Pillow Talk color. It's kind of a rose gold matte. So I'm going to start off with that, but first I'm sure you guys want to see some up close swatches. And I have been playing around with this a little, not trying it on, but just swatching it. So those are the colors right there. Sorry, So I'm going to start with the light color. This is the Prime. So it's just a very light sheer. I don't know if I got enough there. It's the Prime. So it does have like a pearl essence to it. The next color is the Enhance. And it's like a very shimmery peach, but not sparkle, like no glitter in it, but it is shimmery. And I've told you guys, Charlotte does her satiny, shimmery colors really, really well. Her pop colors tend to have chunks of sparkle in them, which I'm not too crazy about. So, and that's the Smoke color. And it looks very, very similar to the Pillow Talk. So why don't, just for fun, I swatch the Pillow Talk so you guys can see if you're interested. Because I know the Pillow Talk sold out so quick. Sorry, I'm scratching around in here. So just for reference, that's the Pillow Talk. Let's see if I can get both of these on camera. They're similar, but the Pillow Talk, you can tell it's a little bit deeper, a little bit more rosy, and the Love Eyes is a little bit peachier. So I'm just gonna swatch that Pillow Talk stuff for you just to compare. So you know what, I'm actually gonna take a photo and insert. I think it'll be easier because my hand is full. I think just so you guys can get a good look at it. So anyway, let's get started on the eyes. So as I mentioned, I'm gonna go in first with the Prime, and I'm gonna put that all over my lids. And I'm using my IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe brush, which I love because it's a nice big fluffy brush. And I'm just sweeping that all over the eye. I'm really curious how some of these other Prime colors are gonna work, because you're supposed to put it all over your eye, and some of them are like dark pinks and purples, but I think I'm gonna force myself to use each one of the looks and share them with you. So if you're intimidated as much as I am by some of these shades, it'll force me to use them. So next I'm gonna go in with this gorgeous peach, and I'm going to enhance with that color. So I'm gonna go in with my nice Sigma E25 brush, and these colors are the shadows are super, super creamy. There are a couple that are a little patchy, but so far, I've like, just from finger swatches, they feel really, really nice. Like some of them, you can't even feel the shadow because they're so soft and silky. So that's pretty light. It's not super, super pigmented. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more. And I'm just doing that in the crease. And it is a shimmery color, which isn't what I would normally do. I usually go in with a matte, but... And for those of you who are new to my channel, I am blind in this eye. So that's why my eyes are so different. And some people also enjoy when I do my eye makeup to see how I do it when I'm blind in one eye, because a few other people who have watched my videos are visually impaired. So some of them are newly visually impaired, so they're having to learn how to do their makeup again. I've been like this my whole life, so I've always adapted. So I'm kind of peeking to the side because that's where my mirror is. I'm doing this in the monitor. So it is a gorgeous peachy shimmer, and this actual Love Eyes was the color I was most intrigued by and why I wanted the palette, because these colors are right up my alley. And to be honest, they're very you can get a very similar look as the Pillow Talk if you missed out on that Pillow Talk collection. Yeah, they're not exact dupes, but they are this similar kind of color family. So if you want to get this palette, and you get a whole bunch of other things as well, and can create a ton of looks, which is kind of my complaint with the Pillow Talk. It is a gorgeous palette, but it is pretty pricey, and you can only really get 1 or 2 looks at most. And there we go, and that's the Smoke. So I'm just putting that on the very outer V, and I always go up a little tiny bit higher because I have very hooded eyes. and sometimes the color gets lost in my excess skin. So I'm just putting that on the outer corner. Yeah, these colors are right up my alley. And this will definitely be the trio I'm going to be gravitating towards the most. But we'll see. I'm going to try them all for you guys. So I'm going to do one every time. I'll post a video every time I use a different one of the trios, and so you guys can see them all in action. So now I need to match the bottom. So I'm going to use the underside of that It Cosmetics. And I'm going to first use that peachy one in the middle. That was the Enhance color. And I'm just going to put that on my lash line, just very, very lightly. I don't put a lot of makeup underneath my eyes because I don't know if it's my age or because of my blind eye or hooded eyes. It tends to, so I like to lift up. And then I'm just going to put the darker smoke color just in the outer corner, and I always sweep up because my eyes tend to gravitate downward, so I'm just trying to lift as much as possible. So this Love eyes are amazing. This one is perfect, much better than last year's already. So just this one little trio I'm super impressed with. So that is the finished look with the shadows. So let me go and run and put some mascara and eyeliner, and I might do some false lashes because it is Charlotte Tilbury after all. And I'll be back. Okay, so here is the final look. I finished off with Pillow Talk blush and the new Bar of Gold highlight, and I actually used the pink one. I've actually been using that a little bit, and I thought I probably wouldn't, but I just thought it complemented this look really well. And I topped it off with some Bitch Perfect Charlotte Tilbury lipstick as well. I haven't worn this in a long time. I'm allergic to a lot of lipsticks, and the last time I wore this, I'd been wearing a couple of others, and my lips were showing signs of allergies, so I wasn't sure if it was this one or what it was, but so I thought I'd revisit it, and I wore it yesterday and I got so many compliments, so I thought I'd try it again today, and so far no allergies, so obviously wasn't that one. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's look, and stay tuned for more looks using this palette. I'm going to go out of my comfort zone and even use those dark plums and purples. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye!